Hey everyone, welcome back to Automation. So today is the day before Halloween if you're watching this on the day this video came out, which you should be, but if not, that's okay. It's Halloween 2021 and that means that it's time for me to scare you with the worst build of the year by far, because today I'm going to be making a monster donk. I had to make sure to pronounce that right because it could have been taken the wrong way, but let's go ahead and get into this. Now, if you don't know what I mean by monster donk, you shall find out soon, as will I, because I also don't know what I mean. So the gist of it is that we take a large truck of some kind and we give it massive rims and also massive wheels in order to make it a monster truck. Now, this is not going to be realistic to what monster trucks are at all, because frankly, I don't care, that doesn't matter. This is a Halloween build, let's make something weird. So that being said, I'll probably have to change this afterwards, but I'm gonna make the panels fiberglass, I think, just because it's a lot lighter than steel. We want this to be relatively light so I can get reasonably massive rims on it. Or unreasonably, I guess. It's gonna have leaf springs in the front and the back, and a longitudinal engine, of which I have not decided. I was going to make it absurdly powerful just for no reason, and I feel like I might as well do that, but just for fun, let's make it full rear-wheel drive. No 4x4 here to give us any help. So for the engine, I was kind of thinking of making it just absolutely ridiculous because I feel like that would be fun. So it's going to be a magnesium, what's the maximum size V8 we can get? 10 liter pushrod V8. That doesn't make any sense. Aluminum heads on there. Flat plane would be sacrilege for the American dream, so we're probably gonna have to go with billet steel, and that's relatively decent. We don't really need RPM, so let's go heavy duty stuff here. I decided I'm gonna go quad carb because I find that to be interesting. That's literally the only reason. And without much effort, it makes 600 horsepower. With a knot of a header like that, that's the performance version. My goodness, the modeling on that is nice. Always has been something I appreciate about this game. But anyway, let's go ahead and make this 10.1 liter V8 even worse. Did I say 10.1? I meant 10.9 liter, goodness. Now, one of my original ideas for this was I was going to make it transverse and then I was going to make it front wheel drive just to make people mad. And that would also be scary because it's absolutely horrible, but I decided against doing that just for the sake of let's do it more horror in terms of styling. With that in mind, I do want to give this like 1,000 horsepower just for fun. I don't think we're going to have a problem getting there, so let's just crank it up. Well, apparently I am going to have issues getting there. 739 is just a rough guess of what I can get done here. Might be able to get more with a bigger exhaust and a different tune, but I'm just going to leave it as is. We have some stress, and that should be enough scary horsepower for us. And the theme of this build is going to be orange and black because those are pretty decent Halloween colors, and also one of my favorite color combinations. I don't know why, I just like that setup. So the last time I tried this, the game crashed, which is always a good sign. The gist of this is we need to make this slightly wider so we can get these wheels out, as wow, maybe not that much, but definitely much. Let me reel this back in a little bit. So the cool part about this body is we can do a ridiculous body lift, because of course we can. We can go lower, we can go higher. In this case, I'm going higher. And we'll see where the wheels end up, but we might just be able to cut out a lot of this. That would be great. Oh my goodness, this really can go up. I had no idea. Oh no. Okay, so in terms of monster truckness, I feel like we're gonna get that exactly without any issues at all. I'm skipping through the paint and stuff and the fixtures for now. Rear wheel drive, because that's fun. Dual clutch, 5 speed, and then probably just crank this up. The gearing on this is going to be whack because the wheels are just going to be absolutely massive. And just for the fun of it, manual locker. Let's go to the actual fun part though. Cross ply, chunky, fat as heck, and maybe a bit of width on there too. Okay, so the tires on this are already huge, but I want to make them bigger. So pardon me while I click for the next couple minutes and attempt to make these massive. Oh my goodness, I've done it. They're huge. Problem is, that's as wide as we can get, so It's not quite right, but it will be okay once we fill in some of these very, very large gaps, if I fill in any of those gaps. Is that a monster truck size? I don't know what unit that is, but it's huge. I might be able to go bigger. But here's the real important bit. Basically, I want to make the rims just as massive as the wheels without forcing them to be thinner, so this is where the donk level comes in. Is this actually possible? I have no idea. Does that matter? Not really. Is there no limit to my treachery here? I am at 2450 and I don't think I've ever seen wheels this big before. I've made it the maximum size, 2500. Oh man, yes. It is indeed monster, and it is indeed a donk. That's 65-inch rims. Let's move up to 80 something. It's gonna make me shrink these, I guarantee that, but for now we're gonna do 91, you know what, even it out, 90-inch rims. Yes, please. I can already tell that we're gonna have issues, so I'm increasing the quality of the rims. Yeah, it's kind of necessary that we at least have something there. I'm very, very hopeful that this engine can keep this thing moving. That is of the utmost importance, that it actually drives, but it also might not steer, so that's a very common issue with massive trucks like these. We'll see it in BeamNG though when we get there. Okay, second important bit, obviously this is important. We need to do some fixture modeling of things that would make these wheels look even crazier, including but not limited to fancy colored wheels. Let me see if I can find those ones. Man, I have way too many mods. Oh, here we go. Yes. Now if that isn't... Oh no, I was gonna say donkalicious. Pretend you didn't hear that. Okay, so I have a few ideas that really just need to take shape here before we go too far. One of them is that this thing needs stacks. Like, it just absolutely needs stacks. And we do have a few options for stacks, so I'm going to go through these and try and find something that works. You know, I probably should have been using this menu for a lot of things in the past, but don't worry about it. It would have made my life at least a little bit easier with some of these builds. Okay, stacks on, that's very important. Next thing we need is a massive chrome grille, so I'm just gonna slap one of those on real quick. I tend to use these whenever I'm doing like an older style truck, or truck at all actually. So yeah, I'm continuing the tradition. Okay, massive grille in place. Lots of jank going on, but it already looks the part. Now I'm gonna spruce it up a little bit with a bit of a symbol on there, if you know what I'm talking about. It's gotta have something. There we go. It looks like a dead bird landed on the front, and that's exactly what I want. Oh yes, something's happening here. It might not be good, but it's definitely happening. Alright, I'm gonna put a bumper on it, even though it doesn't actually make a difference, because yeah, this bumper is not going to hit anything except for maybe a skyscraper, but it's going on there anyways. Modern bumpers on old trucks, yes please. Okay, so I've kind of just gone ahead and gave it some details, including but not limited to door handles, mirrors, wipers that are a little bit off, and now I'm moving on to the back because I just kind of want to quickly put some stuff on there and get this sort of wrapped up. I'm very eager to try it out in BeamNG. That's kind of the whole point of this video, and pretty much every video I make actually, let's be real. I'm making these for BeamNG, aren't I? I mean, sometimes not, but most of the time. I kind of don't think anybody's going to be able to tell that you're stopping anyways because this thing is just so massively tall. But I put on some old style taillights because I feel like these trucks, literally every time they mess up the taillights in some way and they just always look like crap. So I'm emulating that. No other reason, none at all. You thought I was done with the pain? I am not nearly done. What else are we gonna decorate the underside of this with other than random anime waifus? Because yes, of course. This is Halloween themed. They're all dressed up, alright? Some of you may say that this monster donk thing has been officially ruined, but the astute of you might notice that this is supposed to be a parody of those really dumb cars that you see the giant anime babes all over. It just makes sense in this case to work with that, okay? That's the point. Anyway, I think I might be done with styling, and then it'll be on to the graphs and stuff. but first I have to give it a proper name. Okay, so stop looking at these ladies. It's time that we went on to the gearing and stuff, because I feel like it's going to be pretty jank, and jank is, well, it just happens to be my specialty, so let's go through it. It doesn't have any wheel spin issues, 2.8%, most of it in first gear. That's not a big deal. I think we're going to be fine in that way. Manual locker means we might actually be able to go off-road, although to be honest, again, I suspect that this won't be able to steer. That's usually an issue with these. We do have issues with brakes and stuff, according to this, but I haven't really touched them yet. And thankfully the rear tires and stuff are not exploding. It just says making them uncomfortable down at the bottom there, which is fine. Wheels I don't want to change. We could make them lighter by making them magnesium. You can see they do weigh quite a significant amount. Oh goodness. Literally going from steel to magnesium wheels, it halves the weight of the wheels, and it makes the wheel spin way worse. I feel like I'm actually going to do that on purpose, just to make it a little bit more drivable. Okay, that's back down to normalness there. The spacing was a little bit too high, but we should be good now. Brakes are very small, so I'm going to make them huge, and hopefully that'll fix the brake issues. Apparently not. Literally negative 30%. That is ridiculous. Let's make the back 6 piston as well. Let's go carbon ceramic. Come on, give me everything. Pad type race, not enough. Aerodynamics, none. Interior, I basically just went with nothing because I wanted this to be light. I gave it full seats, but yeah, I think we can take those away and just go down to 1 single seat. For realism's sake, that'll be fine. And here I'm just going for weight again, just having ABS and power steering. Not a big deal, just want to have something there. Suspension, it's literally just a regular preset, and I have not changed it at all. 90% sportiness, I don't expect this to drive very well, so I think I'm okay with this. 740 horsepower, V8, 10.85 liters of anime goodness. Let's see how well it does in BeamNG. Hey everyone, welcome to BeamNG, where we are about to be crushed by a gigantic truck. They have unfortunately censored all the anime babes, which is just what BeamNG does. It doesn't have textures for them, so that kind of makes sense. But the exhaust is coming out of this hole here instead of the stacks, which is unfortunate. And I think that's the only thing that's wrong with the setup so far, other than the stickers being a little bit off. However, I do have something kind of interesting to share. The steering is reversed, so if I turn to the right, which is what I'm doing right now, it turns to the left, and if I turn to the left, it turns to the right, which is confusing, and that's going to be very difficult for me to remember while we're doing an obstacle course. Good news is that it does drive straight. It is not particularly fast, but it is bouncy, and I may have to reverse my stick or something, because I'm gonna completely forget about this. It's actually shockingly fast in the sense that I'm doing 180 kilometers an hour, but maybe not particularly durable, as it gets broken fairly easily. So today my goal is, well, I don't really have one. I just figured we'd kind of drive around and destroy this in as many weird ways as we can, but also kind of mess with its height. The thing is absolutely massive, and I feel like that is useful for testing purposes. Okay, so an immediate issue that I'm noticing with this vehicle is that it is just not tall enough to sustain its significant height, because it tends to fall over very, very easily. Which is fine, but it's a little bit annoying when trying to do these little challenges. Hence this water one, where I'm now going to attempt to go deep into the water and see how long it'll last. I don't know which one of these is the deepest. I'm kind of just exploring at this point. Oh wow, it's actually really struggling here, but it's living. This is a lot deeper than most cars could go. Big wheels for the win, I guess. Oh, is this a current thing? Is that what this is supposed to be? Well, I'm gonna say that we were successful in fighting the current of, well, everything. I mean, current trends, this is like the exact opposite. Come on, truck, you got this. It cannot put its power to the ground with these off-road tires, or anything at all, actually. Oh, this thing sucks. So we lived through the easy current, and I guess we may as well try the hard one, if I can turn around without falling over. Alright, here goes nothing. Sport mode this time, and I'm also going to lock the back diff just to... Oh my goodness, I locked the back diff and it immediately broke. Maybe that was a bad idea. Okay, so apparently if I lock the back diff, it will break no matter what. And I've been able to prove that by just locking it and then unlocking it, and then it did not break. Anyway, let's get through this. This is apparently the hardest current, and I'm going in S1. Maybe I'll be able to make it through, hopefully. Oh wow, actually, maybe we need four-wheel drive. Come on, it's a little bit too much of a pushback here. Well, the Monster Donk basically has no purposes and no uses, which is kind of exactly the way it was planned. It's essentially a show vehicle and nothing else, and I don't think it would ever go anywhere under its own power because it's way too tall to be road legal, so it would very likely just be not even crushing cars. It would literally just be sitting on a trailer in a warehouse somewhere unless there was a car show. I feel like that's its legacy. That's the only thing it's good for. Purpose built but totally useless, and I guess that describes me in a lot of ways. Oh, definitely scary to think about and horrible to drive, my goodness. As a Halloween treat for you guys, if you're paying attention to this, I'm actually going to post this one in the Discord, so you can mess with it if you want. You will require some mods if you actually want to have all the fixtures on there, but other than that, well, the body itself was a mod too. But yeah, you can enjoy that. A little bit of a treat for me this Halloween, if you can say that this is a treat. Oh my goodness. I want to challenge you with this vehicle to not necessarily improve it in automation, but maybe just try to make your own disaster of a Halloween vehicle along with me. I'm eager to see more monster donks in the Discord, so yeah, let's do it. Oh my goodness, the Pyramid of Death. This is probably not going to go well. Oh, the wheels just fly off a little bit too easy on this thing. Well, I don't think Monster Jam's going to be hiring me anytime soon to design their cars, but I'm going to say that's it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought of it in the comments below and what you think other ideas that I should do are. I know people constantly have ideas. I'm not really taking suggestions, but if you say something cool, you might just see it in a video. That's kind of what happens sometimes. I get inspiration from all sorts of places. But yeah, the Monster Donk rides on into the sunset. I'll see you guys again next time. It's time I say thank you to those who have chosen to support this channel via the join button. You guys are awesome. I should say that like last month was a particularly slow month on my channel. I think I only put out 2 videos or something, and your support was like the majority of the check for that month. My channel's been like on a bit of a steep decline, and I'm trying to bring it back in terms of views numbers and stuff and putting out more videos, but you guys are consistent and I really appreciate it. It's always helpful to have that guarantee, and that's what you guys are to me. Guaranteed support. So we have, as a thank you, Overlord, QT Bear, Terry Williams, G.A. Pope, Davis Hester, the German dude. It's actually Heister. I can't believe I've been pronouncing your name wrong for like a year. I'm sorry. Mickey K1, Sleep64, Childish Sin, Jug, Antisocial, and Jared. Thank you guys for your support. Yeah, goodness. I'm losing it. But I'm happy to be here at the end of this video, ready for the next one when we will make a skateboard. Should be fun. I'll see you guys again next time.